My name is Ivy, and I love to expose conspiracies. I am on YouTube and Twitter. Sometimes, I stumble over conspiracy theorists that basically call everything CGI.
CGI.
And they are very persistent. This video tells all about a special case I found, and he is really nasty, as you will see.
Welcome to another video by brilliant Expat Taffy.
Meet Expat Taffy, and apparently he is brilliant.
Hi folks.
This is because, like Flurfs know the earth is flat, Taffy knows the moon landings were faked. When Dead Kennedy in Space asked him if he was interested in a live debate, one of his answers was this.
All you can do is character bash and denigrate and insult all the ones who've got you beat.
In all honesty, I think Expat Taffy is a very unpleasant person and also a hypocrite. Let me show you all the insults he hurled at Kevin Kennedy, in the total of 15 minutes he spoke inside his reply video.
An Apollo nutter, this idiot, other nutcases, stupid, idiot, Mr. Brain Dead Kennedy, idiot, Mr. Brain Dead Kennedy, but idiots like you, what a bunch of morons, Mr. Brain Dead Kennedy, idiot, Brain Dead Kennedy, Mr. Deadhead Kennedy, Brain Dead Kennedy, Mr. Deadhead Kennedy, Mr. Brain Deadhead Kennedy, idiot, Brain Dead Kennedy, Mr. Brain Dead Kennedy, bloody arsehole in front, idiot, quite right, idiot, you can piss off, idiot, stupid, you stupid bloody moron, you stupid arsehole, dead right, idiot, you're not pretty, idiot, something wrong with that bloody head of yours, well, idiot, it's hanging with the head with the white bloody coat, you stupid idiot, bloody arsehole warlord, idiot, what, arsehole, idiot, idiotic, stupid, fools, you idiots, you stupid idiot, no, idiot, the mentally insane arsehole, idiot, moron, idiot, Brain Dead Kennedy, idiot, nutter, mentally insane arsehole, NASA, nutters, isn't it? It's always the same with you, moron, a mentally insane arsehole, Dead Brain Kennedy, I leave it in your hands, Mr. Dead Brain Kennedy, you are the most stupid, idiotic arsehole I've ever come across. Hi folks, welcome to another video by the brilliant Expat Taffy. Yes, that's what I said, the brilliant Expat Taffy.
Listen, pal, let's discuss this thing sane.
On YouTube, this man goes as the brilliant Expat Taffy. He likes to insult people who go against him. And sometimes I do the same. But in this video I will be polite, and in case I slip up, in the top of the screen, there are 2 insult counters to keep score, one for me, one for Taffy. And to be correct, for the name I called him, before the intro, I already have 1. Can you believe that Taffy has also written a book?
This is a book titled Alien Mysteries Solved, with the word alien inappropriately capitalized, allegedly written by our dear Taffy. The description says, irrefutable evidence of messages received and alien activity on planet Earth. The author assures readers that this book will deliver 1. To NASA, great embarrassment. 2. To UFO/alien enthusiasts, confirmation and satisfaction. 3. To all doubters and skeptics, inevitable defeat as they will not be up against the author of this book but against powers far more advanced than all of us. This is what he believes in. He believes that he spoke with aliens. Taffy's book has 1 star on Amazon, the result of a single review titled From Ice to Liquid Magma? The review is not a very positive one, as you can see.
Now, Dead Kennedy's encounter with Taffy.
Okay, Mr. Empty Head Kennedy, here's the first photo I started out with in my earlier days, examining these fake Apollo photos. Now what I can tell you is this photo here now, which is supposed to be in the first photo taken after they landed on the moon. This photo, thanks to the brilliant Expat Taffy's discoveries, this photo has now been deleted.
No, it isn't. Here it is. It is literally everywhere on the internet. I just googled it.
Now what I can tell you, Mr. Dead Ed Kennedy, is at the time I first examined this, I could find 18 anomalies in this photo proving it to be 100% fake.
Not a surprise, because it says everywhere. It is a composite picture.
As I said, initially, over 18 anomalies discovered in that photo. I won't be wasting too much time on all of them here. I'll give you the link to the video I done 6 years ago on it. What I will do, I'll show you a few of those clues here. Some of my favourites. And why are they my favourites? Because they prove that idiots like you and any other supporter of NASA and nothing but mentally insane arseholes, Mr. Deadhead Kennedy. There you are, Mr. Deadhead Kennedy. There's one of the early discoveries of me, the brilliant Expat Taffy. That photo was photoshopped and made in 27th of the 3rd, 2008. There's the data staring you in the face. Okay, mister?
So what? It is a composite, and that is public knowledge.
That's text on a screen. Okay, mister? None of the numbers on the screen match anything relevant in a Google search, so all you did was point at something. It's not even clear what, because you couldn't be bothered to explain it to anyone, and then flash some text up on the screen.
Remember what I told you? From what your eyes see, what does your brain deduce? There you are. Dead Kennedy? As far as the brilliant Expat Taffy is concerned, here's what my eyes see and what I deduce. What this object looks like to me is a black figure. It can't be a shadow because there's no obstructing objects to create it. But it looks exactly like a bird perched on the back of an armadillo. You can see wings, a tail, 2 legs, a head and a beak.
Isn't that weird? Perhaps there was a crow flying over with an armadillo in its claws.
Okay then. I think I might be about done with Taffy because I legit don't even see what he's talking about. I see a rock. I don't see a bird or an armadillo. At all. I'm not being funny. Seriously, someone screenshot this image and draw some lines on it because I legitimately do not see a fucking thing there.
Okay, Mr. Deadhead Kennedy, here's the last of the lem photos that Buzz coming down the ladder. In this photo, a very serious anomaly, and going on the saying of the famous Sherlock Holmes, from what your eyes see, what do you deduce? My eyes see one serious anomaly, and my brain deduces it's a deliberately inserted whistleblower's clue, where the whistleblowers are trying to tell us it's fake and not on the moon. Well, take a look at it here, Mr. Deadhead Kennedy. That photo there with Buzz. He's come down the ladder and he's standing in the footpad of the lem. And surprisingly enough, a discovery by me, the brilliant Expat Taffy, something in the footpad of the lem. What the fuck is this? Let's take a look at it, shall we? We'll brighten it up. Wow, 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 look what we've got here, Mr. Deadhead Kennedy. In the footpad of Buzz Aldrin's lem, we've got a wee little pink flamingo. And he haven't got a spacesuit on. Now what's he doing up on the moon? Idiot?
It seems that, according to Taffy, flamingos live underground and this came up to bite in the boot of the spacesuit. Or is this just the top of the foot part of the boot? You decide.
Now folks, before we get down to discussing the photos, let me introduce you to 3 favourite old sayings of mine. First one, a good general never goes into battle without the ammunition to win it.
And he probably wears headphones to prevent acoustic feedback.
Second one, by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, eliminate the impossibles, and whatever remains, however improbable, it must be the truth.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle would also have closed the street windows before he started recording.
And the third one, by the famous detective Sherlock Holmes.
You do know that Sherlock Holmes is a fictional character, and never existed in reality, right?
From what your eyes see, what does your brain deduce?
Correct, but sometimes your eyes also tell you, we need glasses. Okay, let's speed this up a little. We already know how brilliant and intelligent you are.
There you are, Mr. Deadhead Kennedy. There's one of the early discoveries of me, the brilliant Expat Taffy. That photo was photoshopped and made in 27th of the 3rd, 2008.
No, it was not. made or created that date? And who created the text on your photos? The letters and arrows look very much like they are made by 1995 micrographics Windows Draw. Decades after the moon landings. To protect the originals, and I mean the still photos, that were taken with Hasselblad cameras, on 70mm film, could be digitized and enhanced in quality. They aren't created by Photoshop or whatever imaging software.
There's the data staring you in the face. Okay, Mr. Deadhead Kennedy? Okay, Mr. Empty-headed Dead-end Kennedy? Next thing we're going to look at here is what idiots like you claim to be the sun, up in the right-hand corner. You claim that's the sun, don't you? You are that thick. Well, I can tell you, I've discovered it's not the sun, it's a massive spotlight. It's a floodlight. And here's the proof coming up. There you are, Mr. Deadhead Arsehole Kennedy. There's the floodlight on top of this massive mast here. And if you examine that photo carefully, what you can see all around it is sets of support wires coming from the top down to the ground.
What is it with the terrible, out-of-focus pictures? The cheapest camera of that time could produce quality photos. But even with the terrible quality, it clearly shows UHF radio dishes, used for radio or television wave beam connections between radio and television stations in the days before the internet. And this one is possible a temporary structure. It isn't even a mast, it is a scaffolding framework.
There you are, Mr. Dead-end Kennedy. Take a look at this photo. What does that look like to you? Most probably you'll say, it's a guitar neck, showing the strings. Well, it's not, idiot.
No, a guitar does not have 5 but 6 strings, and this does absolutely not look anything like a guitar neck. Where are these 5 parallel lines in the Apollo 11 photos? I mean the real photos and not the low-resolution pictures you show all the time. They can't be the support lines, because they are on the 4 corners, in 4 different directions away from the scaffolding structure you showed. It just isn't a floodlight tower.
If you examine that LEM photo very carefully, examine the sun, what you call the sun, idiots like you call the sun, you'll find these wires coming from it. There's 8 sets of these wires coming from that spotlight down to the ground.
Because the support cables are stretched in 4 different directions, there is no way in hell that these 4, not 8, support cables can be projected as 5, not 4, parallel lines on a picture, with 1 blue and 4 yellow pointing arrows. And you call this evidence? Really?
Now tell us, Mr. Dead-end Kennedy, what the hell have you got a spotlight doing on the moon, on a mast, with support wires?
So far we have seen that the evidence of the quote-unquote brilliant Expat Taffy isn't even worth the pixels they are projected with on your screen. You present this picture as evidence against the Apollo 11 moon landing in almost half of your videos, while knowing this is not even an official NASA picture. Just what kind are you? Then you state, if the Apollo 11 landing was fake, all the landings also were fake. So, by your own words, if I show, this picture only proves that it is a work of art, and evidence of nothing else, all the videos you have used it in are all fraudulent. Right? The reason that it is all over the internet is because it is a famous, artistic photo montage, created in 2008 by spaceflight historian Ed Tynefelt from the Netherlands. Of course you find anomalies in it, it is a frigging digital painting. This picture is not created to deceive, but to be amazed. It is made up from multiple Apollo photos while the sun is computer generated. This means that your crazy idea of a floodlight creating 5 parallel shadows of the 4 support cables in opposite directions is pulled out of your arse. Look at this picture that shows the narrow angle of the Hasselblad camera. Ned, my producer, owns the civilian version of that camera, and it's still one of the best analog cameras. But it could not possibly have taken the picture that you keep abusing as evidence. So Taffy, presenting art as so-called evidence against the NASA moon landings shows that you are a very dishonest person and also an idiot.
One of the videos I watched was a NASA video. It was produced in 2016 by Grumman Engineering. Okay? It was titled, "The Eagle Has Landed."
Yes, I have it here, only the part that it is produced by Grumman is true. NASA has nothing to do with it. It is not made in 2016 but in 1989. This video was produced by Grumman to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing.
A video that I noticed a very serious anomaly in. And thanks to me, the brilliant Expat Taffy, I wish I'd have downloaded it at the time. But when I commented on it, it got deleted. It got edited and it got put back up.
The one I have here is uploaded in 2012 by a tiny YouTuber called Playlists001. You cannot re-upload a video and keep the same date, not even the same link. So far I call bullshit on this one, but let us continue.
It was the manager of Grumman saying that when they finished the LEM, they found out it would not work. This was his words. We decided it would not work. It was too heavy. What we had to do was find a way of reducing the weight.
Yes, this is that video. And since this one is dated before what you were talking about, we can assume this is the real one. So, let us watch what the Grumman boss really said.
Many of the differences that you see are the result of our desire to save weight on the lunar module. This proposal model had aircraft-style seats. We realized that we really didn't need seats in 0G or even 16G. So in this LEM and in the real LEMs, the crew was in a stand-up position. So what we were able to do, since the crew was standing up, we were able to design it such that the window was very close to the crew's eye. And that basically cut down the glass area drastically.
He said the only thing we could do was remove the two seats and tell the astronauts they'd have to stand. Now, I wish I'd have bloody downloaded that. That was a big mistake of mine.
See? It is a good thing that I have it, so I can show the world what a liar you are. What the Grumman boss said is totally different than the crap you want us to believe. And this was filmed on 16mm film, not videotape, not MPEG-4. So to edit this out, NASA borrowed Doc Emmett Brown's DeLorean to travel back to 1989 to let the Grumman boss say something else? But there is more, right?
You see, that's the sort of videos. You know what was wrong there? Apollo 11 LEM, it couldn't carry two seats. And when it came to Apollo 15, they stuck a bloody rover in it.
Here it really shows how much of a deceiver you are. The LEM didn't need to be as light as possible to go towards the moon. It needed to be as light as possible to being able to take off again. And it is only this tiny ascent stage of the lunar module that returns, the rest was just abandoned. There are two possibilities here. You are a liar that deliberately leaves this out. Or you are stupid as fuck. Personally, I go for the first one. No one, not even you, can be this dumb.
Here you are. Here's another one. AS15-82-11056. As you can see, this photo has been photoshopped. This is the Apollo 15 LEM waiting to take off. But the clue is in here as well.
Yes, another one of your damn fake, impossible photos. Here is the original, and how do I know that? First, it is in focus. Second, it is huge. Third, it does not have these ridiculous letters that you always plaster over it to make it seem legit. Can also do that. I just took your picture, made it black and white, then I slapped some dope name on it, the fake Photoshop stamp, and blurred the hell out of it. Oh, people. NASA Photoshopped Taffy's picture. He is not really in that pigsty of a room. Shit, right. He really is in his pigsty room. The only thing fake here is the picture. There are always the same letters, from the same photo editor on all your evidence pictures. The only thing that is fake are these pictures. Of course they are photoshopped, all by the brilliant, fake-head Taffy.
And you've got the clue in this photo here as well. And this one here. Can any of you spot it? A clue that tells you that the photo is impossible.
You can only justify this by making up that the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter doesn't exist. Are you really that desperate? Radio amateurs around the world have made it a contest who can receive the most data from that satellite. And all you can think of is to deny its existence? Really? Are you that dumb?
And here is another LRO. Something that tells you that it's completely impossible. Come on, anybody spot these clues yet? Right, we're now going from the LRO to Jade Rabbit, and it's really staring you in the face here. Anyone spot it? Well, my dogs know about it, folks. So come on, use your brains. Any of you spot it? A clue telling us it's impossible? And here's another one. The vital clue is staring you in the face. Something telling you this is completely impossible to have been taken on the moon.
Of course I can explain where your thought process disintegrates. A picture in the correct lighting on the moon will do just as fine.
Now, let me say, with this Jade Rabbit, due to new discoveries, the brilliant Expat Taffy will soon be proving categorically
that all your so-called proof is fake, and that you have no clue what you are talking about, and you are just a vile and nasty old man who loves to character defame and insult smarter people.
It will soon be proving categorically that Dirty Slack is a mentally insane psychopath, and so are all of his followers, who think this is on the moon.
That was quick. That was really quick. I think you have a lovely dog. Did you know that this breed is very smart? I feel sorry for that darling pup, having to spend its life with such an unpleasant person as its owner. I really do. Like the self-proclaimed, brilliant, Expat Taffy claims, if you prove the Apollo 11 landing was fake, everything that follows is also fake. I like to go one step further. If the origin is fake, the whole moon hoax conspiracy also is fake, right? And I know this origin, and it is accurate up to the date it started. That date is June 2nd, of the year 1978. On that day was the American cinema release of the science fiction movie, Capricorn 1. In short, the plot of the movie goes as follows. When the first manned flight to Mars is deemed unsafe and scrubbed on the launch pad, anxious authorities must scramble to save face and retain their funding, and so an unthinkable plot to pretend a mission is hatched. The plan is to fake the Mars landing and keep the astronauts at a remote base until the mission is over, but then some investigative journalist starts to suspect something. I think you already feel where this is going. Beside the movie posters, there was also this TV commercial.
This is Capricorn Control. All systems are go.
They're looking for a reason to cancel the program.
What if man's greatest technological achievement never really happened?
We found out 2 months ago it won't work.
What if the most important event in recent history was a multi-billion-dollar fraud? What if someone found out? This is Capricorn 1, rated PG. Starts Friday at a theater near you.
It is quite safe to say, this made a few of P.T. Barnum's proverbial suckers think that Capricorn 1 was a whistleblower documentary. The majority of evidence the moon landing deniers finds its origins in this movie. In case you want to watch it, the YouTube link will be in the end credits and the description box below. I won't spoil the ending, but here are some pointers. In Capricorn 1, a movie director is hired to make it realistic, and the complete landing site is staged to make it look real on TV. In The Conspiracy, someone made up that Stanley Kubrick, of 2001: A Space Odyssey, must have been hired to stage and film the moonwalks. In Capricorn 1, The faked images shown to the public are terribly blurry, like the first, Primitive Life, TV broadcasts from the Apollo missions. In the conspiracy, the proof is blurred to make it look like as, according to the deniers, it in the 70s must have looked. In Capricorn 1, an investigative journalist Robert Caulfield, played by Elliot Gould, becomes the whistleblower. In the conspiracy, the brilliant Expat Taffy replaced him by the whistleblower that created a flamingo head on Buzz Aldrin's foot, and the shadow of a crow carrying an armadillo in its claws, and there are many more of these imaginary clues. Well, I think you can predict the rest. This conspiracy theory was taken over by next generations of deniers, and Capricorn 1, the movie got lost in history. The newcomers started to find, and this means fake, their own evidence, like this short clip where an Apollo capsule is pushed from a plane, according to the deniers, to fake the Apollo 11 splashdown. Here is the full clip that shows what these scammers conveniently left out.
Parachute drop tests are being conducted by the subsystem contractor Northrop Ventura at the Navy's El Centro, California test facility. A modified C-133 aircraft is used for the tests. The last of 12 Block 1 qualification drop tests was conducted in February 1966. Block 2 qualification testing is scheduled to start in mid-1966.
I think this has adequately proven that this whole moon landing hoax has been made up with this movie as origin. And if the origin is fake, the whole moon hoax based on this is fake, right? But I already predict that if there are comments, lots of them will say, Capricorn 1 was purposely made to expose the moon landings were all faked. To quote Mark Twain, never argue with stupid people, they will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. All these conspiracy theorists have this in common. They cannot debate without shouting, and throw insults at the opposition. And they are surprised that no one even wants to talk to them because of this? And when someone, in this case Kevin Kennedy, a very knowledgeable, space enthusiast and author of several novels, very politely asks Expat Taffy for a discussion, he gets 57 insults, within 15 minutes of Taffy talking in return.
In your hands, Mr. Get Brain Kennedy, you are the most stupid, idiotic arsehole I've ever come across.
This is Expat Taffy's YouTube channel. From the oldest, to the latest videos. Going through this was sheer torture. Seeing all this hatred he displays in his titles, and in the videos, it is even worse. When I started this series, I laughed at this weird little old man, having delusions of grandeur by calling himself brilliant. But the more I learn about him, the more my disgust about this unpleasant person grows. In the videos, the constant cascade of insults he hurls at his critics, well, let me say this. So glad that I cannot physically throw up. Never, in the 7 years I am on YouTube, narrating the Dutch Heretic channel, I have come across this level of disdain towards other. Coming from one single vile person. Mr. Expat Taffy, you are a horrid and pitiful excuse of a human being. And count on it, this is not the end of it. So far I have been very polite and well-mannered to him, but all it has got me is that I am blocked from commenting on his video. He recently deleted his old channel, but has returned with a new one. The main difference is that he apparently bought an Echo karaoke microphone with AliExpress. Perhaps he thinks that he will sound more intellectual this way? For the rest, he produces the same crap as always. Meet Expat Taffy.
Hi folks.
This is the son of a bitch I am going to utterly destroy on his own level. He is an indescribable narcissistic piece of shit excuse for a human being. Taffy is so full of himself that he calls himself brilliant, but actually, I think he is a serious mistake in the gene pool to have such a tiny brain. His delusion of grandeur is very much a textbook example of the Dunning-Kruger effect. He is even taken as an example in the Encyclopedia Moronica, as you can see here. To quote, a good example of this is Mr. William Swithin, calling himself the brilliant Expat Taffy on YouTube. He is named in their paper as a good example of, unskilled and unaware of it, how difficulties in recognizing one's own incompetence lead to inflated self-assessments. Now I will give you a few examples of his blatant lies.
Hi there folks, welcome to another video by the brilliant Expat Taffy. Another video in my challenge. Apollo, were the photos taken on the moon? Again, as I can tell you time after time, so far not one shill, not one Apollo believer have agreed to meet me face to face on Skype or Zoom and discuss the authenticity of the photos.
This is a total and utter lie. There are many people who will accept a debate with dull yet Expat Taffy. But first of all, he has blocked all the people from reaching him, including me. Second one, he wants a recorded debate on Skype or Zoom, of what I am not even sure that he means what that is. This is an idiotic way of having a debate. Recordings can be edited before publishing. That is why debates are always with an audience. Suppose Taffy edits the debate in his advantage before he will put it online? Then the other side publishes his recording. Taffy will yell bloody murder that the other one has edited against him. This is how the dull yet Expat Taffy works.
Not even the one that you see in the bottom right hand corner of this title page. The idiot Brian Pop Robson that I've named Paul the Prat, or True ID you'll find in the pre-report.
Well Taffy, because Brian Pop Robson, or Paul Patton to his friends, likes very much to tell you the truth and what a piece of garbage you are, I invited him live in the show to let the whole world know the truth, about a delusional Welshman living in Thailand. Shit. Fucking buttons.
Hi there, Paul Patton here, Brian Pop Robson, just to show that I'm not afraid to use my own name, Taffy. In a reply to Ivy, regarding your latest video, Ivy's asked me to give a couple of thoughts. Anyway, your latest video, 19 minutes of lies about me. Fantastic rants, try. Just shows you what a nutter you are. Lie number one, NASA shields. There's no such thing, Taffy. No one gets paid for debunking idiots like you. What, 200 views maximum on a freaking video and you think NASA are worried about you? What a moron you are. Crying to YouTube every single one of your videos. No Taffy, most of your videos are still up. There's only one or two that I've actually, well, probably more than two, but basically your videos were reported for defaming me, accusing me of criminality, making a criminal complaint against me. Now basically, if you want to do that, the way to go about it is to report me to the police, because it's a lie. Using my name is what's frightening me. No, I'm Paul Patton. End of story. You're talking nonsense, mate. That I defame you every video I make. I very rarely make videos about you anyway, Taffy. I mean, but where I have made videos about you, I've never defamed you. I've called you an idiot, a moron. Lately I've called you a weasel, Billy No Balls. That's an insult. It's not defamation, mate. Look up the term and look at the definition of it. Let's have a look. Yes, all this business about recorded debates. If it's a recording, it's not a live debate. Contacting you on Skype or Zoom, as you have asked me to do. Yeah, recording, basically calling you on Skype. John Arthur, 100 John Arthurs and no other information. Which one do I call? Great. That's not a debate on Skype and Zoom where you have got editorial control and you can actually make a video from it and edit it. That's not a live debate at all. This is live. I'm talking to Ivy live. I won't show my face or use my name. Here's my phone. My name's Paul Patton. I don't mind. Let's have a look. This, as I say, this is live, so basically it goes out warts and all. Oh yes, Taffy. It was your idea to have a live debate. No, Taffy. It was your idea to make videos and then me reply to those videos. I then called you out on this and said, no, if you want to do this, let's do this live, unedited and as a live stream, not as an edited debate. No way. So you're the liar, Taffy. I never use my voice in my videos. Taffy, where there's no voice at all in my videos, no, I haven't used my voice, but most of my videos have narration, and the narration is me and has always been me. Oh, your little comment about ranting and spamming, you know, where you showed the comment by me where I accused you of spamming. You was spamming a thread, a comment thread. So basically I put one comment and you put 20 odd replies underneath it insulting me. How's that a debate, Taffy? That's just spam, and I will call it out as spam. And you only do it when you make errors and you know you're in the wrong and you try to hide your mistakes. That's the only reason you do it. Next lie of yours, how can I have a debate if I'm at work? Taffy, there's such a thing as the weekend. It's the weekend now. This is how I'm doing this video. There is also evenings. I know it's a bit awkward for you with the time difference that you used to do evenings, but if you want to debate me at 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that on a weekend, absolutely fine, and you know that's in your time period. Derogatory remarks. Taffy, in your videos you make nothing but derogatory remarks. In your latest video where you've had a go at me, you've spent 19 minutes ranting and raving about me. You know, so, you know, you're an absolute liar, sunshine. Blocking on your channel. You blocked me over 5 years ago, Taffy, and this is why I have a problem with you. All it was, you keep saying that I was swearing at you and things like that. It's absolute lies. What happened was, in the video you showed a picture and you said, if you say that this picture was taken on the moon, I think you're an idiot and I'm not going to talk to you anymore and I'm going to block you. And that's exactly what you did. And I've got the actual proof of that because I've still got the comments saved. You haven't got it because you've deleted all your old videos and you've deleted all your comments from them because it knows that you know it makes you look like a complete idiot. But that's basically it. Over to you, Ivy.
Yes, here he is, folks. The computer hacking bunny, Brian Pop Robson. The Englishman who's scared of a Welshman. Now, folks, it was the stupid, idiotic comments from this Brian Pop Robson that first gave me the idea. The way to sort out this moron is a live debate, face to face.
Really? Now you are lying again. You may think that you are safe now, because you cannot be quoted anymore from your own old videos, because you deleted your old channel. Well, I downloaded enough of that garbage to prove you are a pathetic, fucking sack of shit, by using your own recorded words against you. You the delegate, Expat Taffy, has refused so many people that asked you for a debate with that it becomes ridiculous, and as usual you come with the same horseshit story as an excuse.
A debate with me? I've sussed a lot of them out. They don't want a debate. They just want to do a character bashing video. It's a response to a character bashing video. A character bashing video. He just wanted a character bashing video.
In contrary to you who is constantly lying, I never lie. I was the second subscriber on your Reborn channel and the first one you blocked. This shows a lot of your cowardly character. And when it comes to character bashing, this is exactly what I am doing with you, and everything that is needed to piss you off so you will start noticing me. Me, Ivy Shizuka Kunisida, the 14-year-old computer-generated imagery anime girl, that is going to destroy you and your insane evidence and ways of defaming your critics. Being a 14-year-old artificial anime girl, Makes me immune to everything that you can throw at me, and that must be pretty scary, I guess. Perhaps that is why you blocked me so quickly? Now the last subject in this video. Your totally insane obsession with Photoshop. Let me use this fragment to illustrate what I mean.
122664, and as you can see, it's been photoshopped.
It is always your idiotic conclusion.
You can see, it's been photoshopped.
No, it isn't, you moron. What do you think? Just mail the paper photos to the internet, P.O. Box 11T3 in Silicon Valley. And there, pixies feed the pictures to the internet fairies that deliver it to your computer by magic. Right? Before a picture can be uploaded to the internet, it needs to be scanned and digitized. In the early computer time, this was a time-consuming process, and the files were enormous. Then the 19th of February 1990, Photoshop was released. It was originally created in 1988 by Thomas and John Knoll. Since then, the software has become the industry standard not only in raster graphics editing, but in digital art as a whole. This software was so revolutionary that digitizing pictures could be scanned, enhanced, and in matter of seconds digitally stored in the new, and small, JPEG, JPEG format. That is what you see, you idiot. It shows the day that the optical photos were digitized by the use of Photoshop version 3. That is all, and you will find this in perhaps trillions of digitized archives. Or do you think they are all photoshopped and tampered with? You fucking idiot. All the so-called photoshopped evidence you use is only tampered with by your deluded imagination. Blocking your critics is such a cowardly deed that it really fits your real name. William Billy No Balls Swithin. You must be really scared of me, a 14-year-old 2D anime girl, and you will probably want to call me fake and hiding behind a drawing. Being a VTuber does not make me fake, and my name is real also. If you have the guts, find me on Twitter, or are you too stupid to know what that is? Or perhaps you are already banned there? That would not surprise me at all. You can find me at ivkunisida in Twitter, and even mail me ivy.kunisida@gmail.com. And remember, I will use anything you write against you. But if you write in a friendly tone, I will also mention that. I will not like to make you look even worse than you already are. Here I will show you what a fraud, Apollo landing hoax believer, the so-called brilliant Expat Taffy really is. How he fabricates his own evidence and thinks people are that dumb to fall for his utter crap. This time he pretends to debunk QI, a BBC television show. QI is a quite interesting quiz show in that correct answers are not necessarily the goal, but responding to presenter Sandy Toksvig's mostly obscure questions in a funny or interesting way, regardless of whether the response includes a right answer, is what scores points. Expat Taffy claims he has debunked the whole show. What he really tries to do is using this BBC video to get, by spamming the comments section, people to watch the absurd videos he posts on his channel.
Now folks, what this video is about is a video I spotted on YouTube just a couple of weeks ago. A certain video that I was really surprised when I looked at the thumbnail page with this video. Here you are folks. Here's the title page for that video here. Q1 versus moon landing conspiracy.
Almost at the beginning, he already gets the things wrong by calling the show Q1. Now watch him discovering his mistake.
This program, Q1 or QI, let me say I've never seen it before. It's something new to me. I did recognize one guy in the front, Stephen Fry. So I thought, hey, I've been away from the UK for 15 years now, residing quite happily in Thailand.
Rumor has it that you visited on holiday where you abandoned your wife and kid or kids for a Thailand bride, and now even accuse your own son, who tried to call you on the phone, of being a NASA shill?
And I've never ever bothered to watch anything of UK TV at all. It was completely new to me. But what I can tell you, when I first looked at this video through, I soon passed a comment on it. And that was, well, I've never seen such a load of crap in my life.
I think you mean beside the utter load of crap that is your own YouTube channel, right?
And I'm going to justify that comment here, where I debunk this Stephen Fry's program and video.
But first you need to change your shirt. Go on, I will wait.
Now folks, following my comment put in that video, I've never seen so much crap in my life, I was immediately under attack from a certain supporter of that video. His ID was QED, all capital letters. And I'll show you some of the comments that this guy left me. Look at the first one coming up.
Wait a minute, that is not a reply to your comment. That looked more like this.
How many of you recognize this? This is a title page for my challenge.
Dear God, no!
A brilliant expat Taffy is willing to challenge any NASA shill, any Apollo believer, to a live open debate, face to face, not sock puppet to sock puppet, face to face, true ID to true ID, to an open live debate on Zoom.
Oh no. Here we have that Zoom bullshit again. You cannot do a public debate on Zoom. It is possible in a private group of maximum 100 people, but not as a public debate. Do you even know what Zoom is, or did you just hear something? For a public debate you need a streaming service like Restream, YouTube Live, Twitch, Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, TikTok Live, and even Twitter. But these cannot be controlled and falsified by editing, so you will never use one of these. Am I right?
To discuss the authenticity of the Apollo photos. Now, this QED, the first to attack me on that video, he must know about me because he made this comment here. Definition of pareidolia, the tendency to perceive a specific, often meaningful image in a random and or ambiguous visual pattern.
In your case it is not pareidolia. With you, it is a delusion, seeing things that aren't there. Even wanting to see things that aren't there.
We've got another Brian Pop Robson here. Every anomaly displayed in an Apollo photo, according to NASA's shills, is pareidolia. That moron, a NASA shill, a NASA nutcase.
Oh, my God, you fucking idiot. There are no NASA shills. They don't exist.
Who tried to take on the brilliant expat Taffy. As I just told you, he deleted all his comments and he pissed off. He couldn't face up to the challenge.
That sounds familiar. Just like you blocked me because you are not up to the challenge of this 14-year-old anime girl. You are just a chicken shit coward that blocks anyone who proves you are full of crap. What is it with you? Get on with it.
Get on with it! Yes, get on with it!
You can see they wouldn't have any chance against me in a live debate, could they?
Of course, first we get the same old, chewed out, rock looks as a face argument. Here are some more, that also look like a face. But they are still rocks, you moron.
One was the idea that below the lunar module that landed, there was no crater or...
Finally a subject from the QI show, and I bet Taffy comes up with the most stupid argument ever. NASA, who else, dug a hole under the LEM. Never would it come to Taffy's dull mind that the landings were in different locations. One site would have a more rocky surface and the other was more dusty. By the way, I cut out most of Taffy's insane laughter, which is a lot. I don't think anyone will disagree with that.
There was one time they put a crater underneath a LEM, and that was Apollo 12. And you know what? They dug it out by hand. Here you are, Mr. Fry. Take a look at this. This is the Apollo 12 lander. And the astronaut you see here is supposed to be Alan Bean, just come out of the LEM. And he's come down the ladder and stepped into the footpath. Here you are, Mr. Stephen Fry. Here's a cropping of the underside of that Apollo 12 lander, which was the same as the Apollo 11 and the rest of them actually. Look at the top left-hand corner, the arrow. I'm showing you there, there's a crater. Now, this is a photo I've had for many years, and I put there, it's dug out with a shovel. But I was wrong with that. It wasn't dug out with a shovel at all. I'll show you what it was dug out with. And if you look at the arrow on the right, it shows the dumped soil, all in one small pile, just a foot away from the crater. A bloody rocket engine doesn't dump it in a small pile like that. It blows it for maybe miles. Stupid.
And, of course, you forget to mention that the landing motor of the LEM is tiny compared to the Saturn V motors. Because the LEM only weighs 1/7 of Earth gravity on the moon, a small rocket motor will do very well, and that makes a small crater in a dusty location. And you seem to think that moon regolith is weightless, that it will just blow miles away. You really are delusional.
Because it was designed by, human brains and geniuses, and not a lot of people sitting tapping away at the internet who've got to go up to work in the morning.
Yeah,
who do you trust here?
We are in trouble.
Oops. Hold it. Let's cut to something I gotta show you.
Wow, finally, a real comment on the content of the show. After this self-glorification bullshit, it is about time.
That photo you just seen there now of that Apollo 11 LEM. Let me show you what it looks like with my investigation into it. Okay, folks. Here's that LEM here that Mr. Fry and his panel think is genuine on the moon.
Let me just pick one of the points in this photo. I will take Arrow 5. That is where Taffy claims there are no footprints leading to that boot. I happen to have the original, and I found something peculiar that Taffy's so-called brilliant brain must have overlooked. First of all, this photo is clear, and not the blurry shite that Taffy presents. This is already much better. Let me zoom in on that boot, and there you will see 2 gray lines I have put there to mark the top of a tiny ledge that hide the half of the boot, the footprints, and also part of the ribbon hanging down on the right of the astronaut. Also, on this incredibly high-resolution picture, you can see several ripples in the surface that account for all the missing shadows, Taffy points out in most of his pictures. He purposely blurs his pictures so these ledges and ripples become invisible. That is how the fraudulent expat Taffy lies to his viewers.
Well, look at this, folks. This is supposed to be an Apollo 16 astronaut.
I kind of agree with you in this one. This looks more like a high school prank than even an attempt to fake an Apollo picture. Just look at the ragtag backpack on this picture and compare it to a real spacesuit. If you see this as moon hoax fakery, you must be extremely stupid or extremely dishonest. I personally think both, and would add insane to it, to make it a nice trio. Do you really think that people will fall for this garbage?
And this was an early one that had to get corrected. What happened here was a cat, as you can see there at the bottom arrow, walked onto the set.
I take that back. You really are extremely stupid, dishonest, and totally insane. This is just an observation. Someone in mental health care would possibly give it a different name, but we can be certain that there is something seriously wrong in your head.
Hey, Mr. Fry, look at that. What have we got here? A piece of gold foil, supposed to have fallen down from above, and instead of falling flat on the moon's surface, it's standing up. And look what we've got.
Just when you think it cannot get worse, this happens.
We've got a whistleblower's clue of a face on it. 2 white eyeballs with black pupils in the center. Now let's see you explain them, Mr. Fry.
As a species, if people would refuse to believe in things that they couldn't actually do themselves.
That's so true. That's so true.
I think they are talking about you. And now, I give you, the idiot expat Twaddy's obsession, the one-legged astronaut. No, I am not kidding.
Apollo 14, the astronaut in there, only had 1 leg. And here he is. Take a look at him. There you are, folks. Look at this astronaut here. It's supposed to be Alan Shepard. AS14-68-9405.
Hey, I have the high-definition original of that one too. Let us see what that does, when I zoom in on the so-called missing leg. Well, what do you know? There is the other foot. Alan Shepard has 2 legs after all. To use Taffy's own words, when you prove one photo to be fake, you prove them all fake. And I think I have proven all of Taffy's evidence photos have been deliberately faked by Expat Taffy himself. Why would someone do something like this? I have no idea. Perhaps he wants the attention? Well, almost everyone he knows hates his guts, so he is doing a piss-poor job in that. For the ones who don't know yet, this is Shithead Taffy. He is a vile old man who left his family for a Thai bride and lives in Thailand now. He calls people who believe the Apollo landings were real mentally insane assholes. What Taffy doesn't get is that he is the problem instead of the whole world around him.
Hi there, folks. Welcome to a first of many videos by the brilliant Expat Taffy showing the lies and the insanity of this English coward.
Only 12 seconds in, and it already starts. This man just has no manners at all.
Here. Yes, here he is, folks. The YouTuber, normally known as Brian Pop Robson. I've now flushed him out to show his face and reveal his true identity.
So you flushed him out, really? You must have a terrible high opinion of yourself to make such a bold statement. If you hadn't blocked him, like the coward you are, you could have watched that Paul Patton revealed his name a long time ago. 20 seconds into your video and you are beginning to dox a man only because he called you out on your lies and bullshit.
And I'm going to show you what a liar and an insane idiot this guy here is. His name is Paul Patton from England, and he's a shame on the people of England.
Hello there. I thought I'd do a little video this morning.
Yes, and about time too, Patton. This is going to be fantastic.
About the cowardice of Expat Taffy.
Ha! The cowardice of Expat Taffy, is it? Paul
Patton definitely has a point there. You are a coward. Under your videos, you delete all comments of the ones that point out of your bullshit and then you block them. You must be very scared of being told the truth. This sounds like the acts of a coward, alright.
Paul Patton? Now, get your facts right. How long have I been challenging you to a live debate? 2 years now, Patton. It's taken you 2 years to crawl out of your shell.
Again, I'm showing my face. Taffy.
Yes, and about time too, Patton. How many times have I done that? Shown my face?
It seems way too many times by now.
Introduce myself as William Swithin and use my own voice? How many times have I done that, Patton? And how many times have I challenged you to do it? It's taken you a long time to do it, hasn't it? It's taken you 2 years now.
Oh, my God. When will you get it through your thick Neanderthal skull that people use different names or an avatar to represent them on YouTube to protect their real-life identity for insane pieces of garbage like you that without any remorse will totally ruin the life of a critic, all to silence them?
He said his only criteria for him doing a live, unrecorded broadcast with me.
Hold it, Patton. You're a liar again. Take a look at my headline page and my challenge. It states on there, a recorded debate. You were the only one who didn't want a recorded debate with Randy or me. You were the only one who didn't want a recorded debate, Patton.
Nobody wants a recorded debate with you. And especially when you are the one who does the recording. You just cannot be trusted with such a recording, because you will edit it to your advantage. Like you do with all your so-called evidence.
I want a recorded debate, so I can show the people of England what a stupid idiot you are. Take a look at my title page here. Here you are, Paul Patton. My challenge. Is there any Apollo believer willing to face me in a live recorded debate to discuss the authenticity of the photos claimed to be taken on the moon? There you are, Patton. I've always insisted on a live recorded debate.
Yes, and we all know why, right?
So that's another lie you've got.
Perhaps we should do a video on your own lies, except that would be a video so long and boring that no one will take the time to watch it.
Was for me to show my face, say my name, Paul Patton. Here we are.
Yes, wonderful, Patton. Here we are again. You're showing your face now? You've introduced yourself. How many times have I asked you to do that?
Shit, this is getting boring also. Can't you just stop repeating yourself every 15 seconds?
How many times have I asked you to do that? It looks like all the times I've been calling you a coward and proving that you are the coward, it's dragged you out of your shell. This is going to be wonderful. No more crying to YouTube. Oh, he's showing my photo. Oh, he's mentioning my name. That's out now, Patton. It's now just you and me. And I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. A lot of fun. You're going to look a right arsehole amongst your fellow Englishmen. Mark my words.
Only the lowest of lowlifes will do what you are doing. You must be a real sociopath. Because you think this is justified. Here is the definition. Antisocial personality disorder is a personality disorder characterized by a pattern of disregard for, or violation of, the rights of others. A weak or non-existent conscience is often apparent, as well as a history of impulsive and aggressive behavior. You absolutely have no problem with ruining other people's lives because you hate them for disagreeing with your delusional ideas. Just look at yourself in the mirror. You have all the traits of being a sociopath.
It's when we're just you on screen, running your video, and all I can do is comment. And we know what happens to them comments. You'll be disallowing them or deleting them. That is not the way to have a debate.
Really? I remember you saying something different to Dead Kennedy in space. I have it right here.
He's going to do a video on me. I said, carry on, do a video on me. I'll respond to it. And that's what this video is about. So let's take a look at some of his video here, shall we?
This works slow, but it is still a debate. What people in the comments section say is totally irrelevant. I offered you to debate you this way, but obviously you are way too scared to debate a 14-year-old anime girl, seeing that you blocked me straight away.
My debate pattern is you and me on the screen. Half the screen you, half the screen me, and both talking to each other on the spot, and none of your cronies commenting. No comments needed, just voice to voice, you and me. I ask you a question, you give me an answer. And that will be recorded, and that will be played to anybody in the future.
And this is not a debate, it is recording a video call that you can edit in your advantage. Watching your appalling fabricated blurred so-called evidence is a strong indication that you will do exactly this. A debate is two people on opposite sides showing their best arguments to convince the audience in the room. And they decide who has won. But you are afraid of this sort of debate because there is no chance in hell that you will win it as the fraud you are.
That's the recorded live debate I want, Patton. You and me. Not me facing you and 10 of your shills. An even playing field, you and me.
You bloody moron, that is how a public debate works, and why there always is a moderator to make sure both sides abide to the rules and that they get even time to speak. But this is not what you want, because you know that insulting your opponent will get you to lose the debate by default. You only want to have it your way, to fraud and cheat on the results, don't you, twatty?
But you won't do that, Patton, will you? Never mind, you can do what you like, and I'll keep doing what I like, because now I've got your face, I've got your voice, I've got your name.
Wow, this sounds like a threat. Even in Thailand this must be illegal.
And I'm gonna make you look a right prat.
This makes no difference, it is a threat to destroy some person's life. And here you show the insanity of a nasty and vile old man with the delusion that he has the right to destroy all his critics. This is your real face. The insane, Expat Taffy, that is what you are.
A pink flamingo, and the rock with the face on it.
Really? The flamingo? That is the most insane, so-called, piece of evidence you can offer. And the rock that slightly resembles a face. Sure, it looks a little like it has facial features, but it is still a rock. You can find these things anywhere, and possibly the entire universe. It is just what your delusional brain wants to see in it. And it proves, nor disproves anything.
Or Patton, the reason you won't agree to my live debate is because you can't pass a comment without derogatory remarks and insults and character defamation.
Wow, stop it right there. Here comes the moment where you should have a serious look in the mirror. Where it comes to insulting and defaming people, you, the self-proclaimed brilliant, Expat Taffy, you are in the top 10 of most vile and disgusting YouTubers. Do you remember this? And how about this? The biggest collection of vile insinuations and derogative insults I have ever seen in any channel video list. And this was yours, before you removed them all a while ago. But as you can see, I still have them.
That's why I launched the video Stop the Hate on YouTube. Try to get amicable discussions between each other without the insults.
Exactly. And according to your own standards, you don't belong on YouTube. You are the worst of the worst. When you defame the characters of other people, you think that is totally fine, but when someone calls you out on your bullshit, you cry bloody murder. You are a disgusting little man, and this is the last time I pay any attention to you. I advise everyone to do the same. Ignore this piece of shit. Just don't give him any attention. Most important of all, don't go in discussion with him, not in a debate, not in the comments of his videos. Not even his fellow moon landing conspiracy believers, like him. That is the way to show this vile insulting fraud the utter contempt he deserves. Thank you for watching.
Hi folks, only the brilliant Expat Taffy.